Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. As we are in the middle of the Easter weekend, and if you are celebrating Easter, I want to wish you a joyful and peaceful Easter period. In today's video, I want to show you a new tool and addition I added onto the CNC that will help with the processing of CNC jobs and making the overall CNC experience so much easier. So I went ahead and added the automatic tool changer to my CNC. So I've designed and built my automatic tool changer based on the exact same work principles as the RapidchangeATC system. That's a fantastic system for hobby CNCs, and I think it's a game changer for CNCs. So that system uses the accuracy of your CNC to locate your tool pockets for tool drop-off and tool pickup, and use the spindle's RPM and torque to load and unload the tool. So there are a few requirements that your CNC must be able to do for an ATC system of this kind to work. So the first requirement is your CNC must be able to home to the exact same location every time. This will ensure that when you do a tool pickup or a tool drop-off, it will be in the exact location of that tool pocket. The second requirement is your controller and firmware must be able to support SD card as we upload macro files onto the SD card. The macro files will contain all the G-code command that your machine will perform in order to do a tool change. And in the macro files, you will set the parameters according to your machine and according to your installation. The more advanced CNC controllers will probably have a different system or a solution whereby the SD card is not required, but for most hobby machines, the SD card is a requirement. The third and probably the most important requirement for a tool changer of this kind lies with the spindle. Since the tool change operation relies on the spindle RPM and torque, the spindle must be able to rotate clockwise and anti-clockwise for locking and unlocking the tool, as well as at lower RPMs. The unload and load RPM range is usually between 1100 and 1300 RPM. That will depend on your system and the power of your spindle. So another requirement for a tool change operation lies with your G-code sender. Your G-code sender must be able to read the M6 command and then from there call on the macro to do the tool change operation. Now, as I mentioned, on the SD card, we will install macro files, and those macro files will have the G-code or the commands to perform a tool change. So the guys at the RapidchangeATC really developed a fantastic system using the accuracy of your CNC to find the tool pockets, as well as the spindle to load and unload the tool. And they've also released their macro files for that system on GitHub for download. I'm using the exact same files in my system. So your tool load operation and your ATC will rely on the accuracy of your CNC. Once the locations for each pocket is set in your macro file, your machine will move to that position, the spindle will drop down and start spinning clockwise for loading a tool or anti-clockwise for unloading the tool. So the most functional and critical part of the ATC is the socket. I have printed my sockets from ABS for strength, and I've added 3 steel pins for engaging onto the nut. The nut will drop off into the pocket and the spindle will twist clockwise or anti-clockwise to load and unload the tool. The socket will fit into the pocket and the pocket is spring-loaded for the plunge action. So in your macro file, you will set the X and Y coordinates of your pockets, and that is how your machine will know exactly where to go and drop off and pick up the tool. So let me give you a quick demonstration on how my ATC functions. I need to home the machine first before we can do the first tool change. So let's do that. Okay, so the machine is now homed, and I'm going to do a tool change to pick up tool number 2. As you can see, we already have a tool on the spindle, and that's tool number 1. So we need to tell the machine we have tool number 1 on the spindle, drop it off before picking up tool number 2. So we type the command M61 Q1 for tool number 1. That will be dropped off, and then we'll pick up tool number 2. Okay, so tool number 1 was dropped off, tool number 2 was picked up and probed. From here on, we can continue with our cutting job. Let's do another tool change. Let's pick up, for instance, tool number 3. I'll be typing M6T3. Okay, and as you can see, the tool pickup and drop-off is successful. Using the IRB sensor, we can detect whether a tool is loaded successfully or not. As I said, it works flawlessly. Let's go ahead and simulate a failed load and see if the sensor picks it up and moves the machine to a safe location. I'll remove tool number 2 from the magazine and call up a tool change for tool number 2 to see if it fails. Okay, so that tool change failed as we expected, and the IR beam sensors detected it. The machine moved into a safe location for me to do a manual tool change, and the G-sender went into a hold state, waiting for my input to move to the next step. The next step would be probing. So the tool change is now complete with the probing, and the tool offset is loaded, and we can continue with the rest of the cutting job. So I want to give thanks to the RapidChange team for developing and refining the system, and also releasing their macros to the community. I do believe their product is a game changer for hobbyist CNCs. If you like this content and you want to see more, please consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching.